So what's the reward? Let's say you learn more, and what would be some examples of rewards as an organization? Promotion?
I think that is not promotion. You cannot say if you have this kind of like language learning skill, you can promote. It's like you can have more opportunities. Like we said before, give you the chance to go to the other companies, foreign countries, or
in
something
the form
like that.
of more opportunities.
To rotate or
to be developed, like
Chances
employee
to be
developing.
developed and job chances for job rotation.
Yes, something like that.
How about we say vertical and horizontal?
It's horizontal, right?
Horizontal rotation
Yeah.
through job horizontal movement.
rotation is good.
Job rotation.
Enlargement. We said job enlargement last time.
Job
Okay.
enlargement. Okay, perfect. So that's part one. I think this is it's a good philosophy. Okay, number two.
Did you know that we have to do the like assignment presentation?
Yeah.
I don't think we have to do this.
We
one.
have.
We every group.
Every
has
group
to
have to
present.
do that. It
Yeah.
will last for 2 weeks.
Professor.
Oh God.
This assignment?
No,
Yes,
the
like
whole-
overall, like 8 assignment. You have to state it in one presentation. You have to show the whole pictures, like how your company is doing your HR jobs.
Yeah. So that's the best.
So that is a quite big work.
Can you guys turn to table 12.1?
Bye.
Bye.
We have the types of pay performance, right? So I think we have 2,
I
4,
don't really understand this.
7.
Table.
Yeah, this table. So I think it's good if we choose a few, and then
他们的表格看起来比较厉害欸，
有吗？
有没有 advantage 吧？是吗？
有没有？没有。
那为什么长得不一样啊？
不能比你们厉害。
Wait, no, it's this one.
This
It's this one. But you gotta turn it this way.
I know, but
Really?
same?
Yeah, it's the same.
No, not the same.
No, it's not the same. We just have design features. We don't have.
They cut this off.
Yes. 对啊，你们的比较厉害。
真的
Cut this off.
耶。可是我不太懂
So we have to choose like which way we want to use, right?
Yeah, and so the nature of the pay,
I think merit pay is the most.
I agree.
We have working experience. It's very
Like
important.
overall. So
Merit bonus or merit pay?
Where is merit bonus?
Merit bonus
but
would
like
be like
if you
incentive
are
pay.
other
I
department,
don't
not
know
sales
that.
department, how can you use merit pay?
If you're not from the sales department?
Yes.
So you would have, he talked about like KPIs in class. So for performance management, you have to design different KPIs for different departments.
So that would be hard to like in each department is build out companies that you hope that your employees feels like fair in all the department. But if the KPI is different, like how can you make them feel like I worked as hard as you, but you get more money than me? Like
Good point. So I think for departments, that's probably something that's unavoidable anyways. Like if you work in finance, you make more than if you work in HR. I think that's like kind of the like organizational structures like that, right? In Taiwan, I think HR make the least amount of money, don't they?
they don't think they make money in
Yeah.
Taiwan.
And I think finance and accountants make the most money.
Higher.
Yeah. So it's kind of the nature of it. Like it's based on job. It's just not internal. It's also external, right? So I think to fix that, maybe we can talk about skill based.
We talked about skill based last time, right?
Yeah. So we can combine merit
our
pay
work.
and skill based. So
And we also have to talk about some collective performance measure, right? Because our company is a organization oriented. We
Yeah.
hope that everyone do this. So we have to find that.
okay. So because we're not a publicly traded company, we cannot do ownership. Because that means giving out
No
stocks.
equity.
So no equity means no ownership. So that's off the table.
Yes.
Profit sharing.
So just gain sharing and profit sharing.
So the big difference there is divisionals or
I don't like gain sharing.
Why?
It's too little. And I don't think that we can have and get big ones.
Because it's just the difference between,
I think profit sharing
and
the
the
cost.
cost.
yeah.
But gain sharing teacher says that he say in the class is the money you save.
Yeah.
The money
So
will
like
be
it's
saved.
like that is
Middle,
kind of
right?
weird, like
Yeah.
Also we can.
because
do
like we are a company want to expand our business, then it's hard to save money in like
And if it has, it's very little.
of course. And this is more about Genshin is more about a department, is not the overall companies.
Department or a project.
Maybe can use both, but I prefer like profit sharing better.
Profit.
What about incentive pay?
Profit. Incentive
We are
pay.
talking about collective now
Collective?
because
So for individual,
Yes.
it's merit or
Oh.
incentive. So we said merit, right? And
Oh, so
then-
no incentive? Okay.
you
and then
can
for,
if you like it in the individual.
it depends on the firm features. Like if it's really competitive, like Wall Street, incentive pay is great. Like
Oh.
your base salary is $0, but every client you get is like $1,000 or something. And so it really motivates an individual performance. I don't know if that's our firm, our company strategy is more like.
But our company strategy is not
Collaborate.
making money.
Yeah, it's not for
So-
fun, just for
We
fun.
are like a real company.
We're kind of like a not-for-profit for profit.
Non-profit.
Yes. But like
Organization.
employees want money, so we still have to go in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms, so I think these three are good. So for, this is individual, right? Individual. We talk about merit pay. This is I'm just gonna miscellaneous, which means extra. Skill based, because we really focus on getting skills, and then profit sharing. So this is collective.
What's the first one name?
Miss
Like extra.
extra. So we always talk about like if you acquire new skills, then you get paid more.
Okay.
It's skill based. Okay, so let's go deeper a little bit into this. So what's the payment method here for skill based? So more skills equals what? Higher compensation?
Compensation.
Do you guys want to do a table for this, or do you want to do a paragraph?
Okay, table.
What do you think? So the table would
Think about it.
the table would look like this. So like table, let's say we have three, right? We have a lot of factors.
Oh.
So
Easier to understand.
Hey, please put the few words last one.
and then so we need to put a column to the left, and then this would be like design features, and this would be like payment method. So for skill-based pay, more certification equals higher compensation.
What kind of compensation?
Frequency of payout. When skills, when you complete language training or pass a test. I'm just doing a very fast, right, performance measure.
We don't have that anymore. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is, it's not the same with theirs.
So then we can make this table a little bigger, you know, and then so we can talk about how we talk about range. Awesome. So let's go through it, and then the person doing this can go in deeper. So merit pay. What's the base salary? How much higher than
We say what?
20%.
20% more than other
Average.
Average.
Use compa ratio. What's our compa ratios?
Our last word.
Actually, did we use the P75 or P90 or something?
It's like we are just looking to the P50 and like give them 25%, 20%
Okay.
more. Is not
Okay.
Okay, so look at P50. Give them 25, 20%.
20% more.
P50, and then for compa ratios, What are we using? I think in the book they use 80 to 90, right?
They have 3, right? There is a table. There is
We
a
can use
3
the same
ratio.
ratios.
So 80 to 90% equals.
And 91 to 110. And
What's the raise for 80 to 90%?
7.
7. Do you want to use the
Can I
exact
take
same?
bulk? Do you want to use the same?
we should do it like give them the better percentage.
I'll use it in our price.
I
Yeah,
think
in bright side.
70% 7% is high.
But like our goal is give them more, right?
Their salary is already higher than the average, and we
But
still give them more.
Our like original setting is that giving them a lot of money. So
You're
I say that we set it at the
Actually, Tony, how's your marriage ratio when you were working?
Mine? It was 3%.
Mine was 10%.
Jesus, really?
Yeah,
Every year?
every year.
That's huge.
That's huge.
10%
I think
is
so.
amazing, yeah.
Yes.
The average should be like pretty close to 3 to 5. 5 is really, really good. 10% is like, that's insane. Because that means in 10 years you double your salary,
You're right.
right?
You're right.
I don't think there's any place where you can double your salary in 10 years. That's crazy. 10% is insane.
Mine was 10%.
Well, good employee.
For every employee,
For
it's
every
10%.
That means their profit
So why
margins
did
are-
you leave?
Emotional reasons. when
Emotion.
the professor mentioned about that, I not like crazy.
It's all about it. Yeah. Okay. So let's stick with the 7. Let's just do 753. So 90 to 100 is 5, and then 100 to. Do you guys want to do 150? 110? 3%. So that's for merit pay. What's the frequency? Yearly, right?
Here.
不一样的吗？
Okay. How would your performance measure?
What did you say?
How do they measure? Oh, 360.
自己问自己回答。
Yeah, we talk about that. Performance measures. 只有316吗？好像还有。
这第几章？
韩国哥哥。2次元的作业。
Tony，我跟你说，他们的表格跟我们的不一样哦。
什么意思？
这个表格他们没有，他们没有 measurement。
That's fine. I'll just take a picture and send it to you.
我的有，他们没有。
我拍一张吧，我可能群组。
那这个呢？
Yeah, right here. Subjective. So usually supervisor rating. So we're gonna do not just supervisor. We're gonna do supervisor,
And peer
peers,
team member.
team members. All right, let's just make it easy and copy this here. Boom. Collective. Are we doing quarterly or yearly?
Quarterly.
All right. Quarterly profit sharing. I like it.
Oh, it's too much money.
Payment method.
Give them money. When they see the money, they'll feel more motivated.
Oh, that's reinforcement. Yeah.
What's the method for collective profit sharing? So if you are part of the HR team, what is your expectation of the compensation you will get if Brightside is doing very, very well?
Can you say it again?
So if Brightside's performing really well this quarter,
Yes.
what kind of compensation can you expect if your team does well?
But like, I have a little question about that. If we talk about the profit sharing, if that they say, okay, we will take overall profit, 10% of overall profit to give it to the employees, and then it's like for every person get the same money, or it's based on your positions,
Based on their salary?
based on their salary. And are you talk about the basic salary or after the bonus, after all the things?
Basic.
Basic.
So it's variable. So it's based on salary. What else? position?
It's like
How to measure the position?
similar. If you say the salaries is related to the position, right? So should we just make it in an easier way?
Based on position. What else? Well, then if you're the head of HR, and what would your expectation be for your compensation? Based on what?
So it's a year.
Oh,
Year
okay,
in
seniority.
Seniority.
What else?
Performance.
Oh, we talk a lot about performance.
Oh,
Behavior. Actually, we need to talk about behavior, skill, something.
That's performance measures. So behavior and skills. So there's an individual component, and then there's a collective component. So if you do well according to your team, and then also if your team does
Yes.
well.
For the profit sharing, it's more like individual.
When you
Yes.
You mean the team-based
No.
profit sharing?
Profit
Is it
sharing
product?
is more
It's the whole
collective.
company.
It's the profit of overall
But
companies.
it's determined by position and seniority.
So how much money you get is determined by that. So if you're the CEO, and let's say the company gets 10% profit this year, right? This is, we can share to all employees. Maybe top level managers get 5%, lower level get 1, something like that. Because or we can do it in that everyone gets the same amount. What do you guys think? There's 2 ways to do it,
I think is the first one is
Yeah.
better
based on position. Okay.
maybe to the first
because the top manager have to put more effort on control the whole company.
Cool beans. I like it. So whoever does this part, please expand this table.
So what else should we do?
And then number 3,
And
profit
talk
sharing,
about
ownership, gain sharing.
manager role and executive pay.
So I think for this one, we can talk
Done.
about a balanced scorecard.
Not done yet.
We should do.
What did you say?
I thought we done. Not done yet.
You mean balanced scorecard?
Yeah. I think for that section, we should include the balanced scorecard.
Did you have it?
Table 12.11.
I don't have
Not yet.
it. Yeah.
Do we talk about team awards?
So that would be gain sharing or profit sharing. That's the collective one.
The gain sharing is group awards, team awards.
Per unit. And then
So should we talk about that there? One more? If you like that one, you should add it
I
here.
don't know. I don't like anything.
I think if we stick with 3, it'll be easier.
Okay.
Putting too much is just it gets complicated.
Okay.
Simplicity.
Balance scorecard.
Alright, and
So many things.
so this section is a little more about like macro strategy. So it's not about like individual employee performance, but
Yes.
like
We'll make another table.
you want to make another table?
Seriously?
We don't need to.
We can, but
Up to you guys, but I'm fine with either.
so we will have another 3 pages. That's fine.
So if we want to make another table, we can just. This one probably needs more explanation though. Like, based on our performance measure, like what does financial mean? What are our measures for financial and customer, things like that.
So it will relate it to our like original company's goal.
Yep. So let's do 4. 4 seems like a good number. What are our 4 measures?
Financial, customer.
I will just go with the.
All right. Internal.
Is the
main
culture
goal.
can be one of it? Yeah,
No.
they have the culture.
How can you measure the cultural performance?
I think
It's in the book.
I really like learning and growth. Learning and growth is
very.
That can be
stick to
culture,
our
right? Learning and growth.
I had a good point. How do you measure like culture?
They have it. They have survey.
Employee, like satisfaction? Employee culture
Like
survey.
understanding about the culture.
No,
Yeah,
it's like, do you like this working, your company culture
Also
or not?
it's satisfaction.
So employee satisfaction. That can fall
Kind
under
of.
culture, yeah?
Kind of.
I like it. We're like a culture company, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
for culture, so this can also, we can consider
Employee.
internal, right?
Yeah.
So a factor is employee satisfaction. Nice. Let's do 2 for each. Let's make it nice and balanced.
Please put the internal outside and the culture inside the.
Okay. Employee satisfaction and one more.
More.
What's a good performance measure in our company? This needs to be done. People need to be happy and
The diversity.
diversity.
So this is also do this through survey.
Maybe you decide. Whoever does the section, you decide. Okay, customer satisfaction. What are some metrics?
Customer satisfaction. Oh no. The
Qualified leads. That's for sales, right?
Overall.
我们之前有提到过
The number growth.
the number
like
of
customers
customer
numbers growth.
Alright,
leads,
what assignment was
number of
that?
leads.
But that is for sales.
Yeah, that one's for sales. We should do it more broad. So our 2 goals
She
were.
says that this time will be whole company.
So it's global expansion. But then if it's customer satisfaction, how does that link to global expansion?
Which
Is it-
one to link with the global?
Is it about customer satisfaction?
That would be
or
financial,
anything?
right?
Customer.
Yeah, that's financial, so we have to write down like how many percentage. Water?
In this way we can link it with the frequency of meals. Okay, performance.
How many percentage?
Then growth. How do you measure the global expansion? By finance.
Like your business growth in the overseas.
Ratio of sales, domestic versus foreign, absolute revenue. Anything else?
The number of branches overseas.
How about profit making? Okay, gives us a general idea.
If the ratio goes up, what does it mean? And what
Oh,
the
sorry, this
ratio
should be
goes down?
foreign to domestic. So if this ratio goes up, it means that we have a higher
More foreign.
proportion of foreign. If it goes down, it means, oh, maybe we have too many domestic offices. We're not expanding.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. Cool beans. Net growth per quarter. What's a good?
Customer, they have product returns. Right? We don't have product
No, we don't. No one's returning our product.
Yeah. They just blame us.
Venture growth, firm capital growth.
Okay,
It
so
could be like complaint or something,
yeah,
right?
customer complaint.
Feedback from client
Complaint.
or complaint.
Because feedback, we don't know how to measure the feedback.
It's also, it will just, only way just survey.
Complaints. How about just customer satisfaction? It doesn't have to be complaints. So this we cover the negative and the positive. If you have something else, you can add.
Okay.
Learning and growth. Certifications. And
Like, the percentage of the, like some company will have some indicator like, is this certification is useful for your company? Then
Yeah.
how many percentage of person having this certification?
Oh,
So-
suitability.
So like, what is that?
Validity. Utilization. Ratio. Utilization.
like some company is software company, and there are some certificated like for the drive system, and they will get that certificate, and that is kind of indicator for the companies to know that whether our employees have the skill that we want.
So we have some promoting skills, and for those skills we give more higher compensation.
That compensation is the like the above part, and this one is like how can you score this things.
Awesome. I like it. So certification utilization. So let's say 100 people in our company have English certification out of 101. So that ratio will be 99%. You know, what does that number mean? It means it's useful across the whole organization.
Yes,
It's
because
very
we are
right because English certification, but the quality, the levels, and the kind of the certification.
I think with the details though, that can just be done in policy. Like you have to have TOEIC more than 900. That counts as the certification. Okay, so that's one. So certification utilization. That's how well we use our certificates to generate profits. And then what else? For learning and growth. Mentorship? Because he talked about, you know, for managers and executives, right? Mentorship is a key part in most parts of the organization. So what's a ratio or a measure that we can use to measure mentorship?
Since we talk about behavior and skills, why don't this is skills, why don't we add another one about behavior?
another one.
How about behavior? What kind of citizenship or amazing behavior can you do to that's measurable?
Good feedback, number of good feedback from.
But like some people, they are a small department. So like someone work with, the colleagues work with him only have 10, and some is like hundreds. So maybe you are not knowing the person that well. So if you just talk about the number of feedbacks, that would be weird.
How
For
about
me.
because we value teamwork so much, we
What is this?
Percentage.
this is an interaction network. So what it does is it maps you, kind of like a social network. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
Do you have water for me?
I don't. Is there something easier to understand?
Water. You
Once I see this picture, I don't think it's easy to understand.
He has wine. He doesn't have water.
No
yeah,
water.
beer, chocolate, nothing else.
Oh, okay. So like an interaction map, right? So if you're like one of these reds, it means that you display like good mentorship behavior because you have a lot of interactions with different parts of the organization.
Oh.
So if you're one of the greens, you know, you only interact with one person, so your knowledge sharing and behavior is a little lower. But if you're Lauren French,
But they will cost a lot to do this, right? Because you have to know like everyone's connections with others.
not necessarily. I mean, you already know their position, right?
Yes.
So theoretically, you can do like, these are the people they should interact with. And then, so that also explains like, if you want to be promoted, then you can go from like one of these to one of these, and you have more responsibilities, but you also have more connections.
What kind of interaction we will expect? Like chit chat.
I think like, there's gotta be somehow measurable, right?
The skills.
But if we just talk about the connections, that if I'm a manager, I have to work cross function. But actually, I didn't work that well with them. So
Yeah.
you also have to do the feedback, right? Feedback system or something
So how about the feedback plus social network together?
that may work.
Positive feedback interactions
but it takes time.
Yeah. Feedback interactions combined with social networking.
So maybe we can have like internet for like our company's internet to have like we said before, we can do the online surveys
Yeah.
with the you can